Hey everybody, Elisa here, coming to you because I want to talk a little bit about the pandemic and energy. So if you've been following me, we've been talking a lot about healthy habits, and I really started to notice after the gym closed, so I wasn't coaching at the gym, and I was doing more things at home and in self isolation, that I was getting out of my routine. And that really started to affect me. It started to affect my training, a lot of different things. There was stress there was anxiety, it was, fear, what's going to happen next. And so I really kind of honed in on those healthy habits and tried to share them as much as possible, because it was something I needed. And I'm like, well, if I need it, then I feel like there might be other people out there that can benefit from me sharing that. So I hope you did. And I want to build on that because, in this time, in what we're dealing with, a lot of people are feeling the same way that I did. They're feeling anxious and fearful, and they're stressed. Maybe they're not sleeping so well because, they're worried. There's a lot of factors involved, and everybody is in this together. There's no one that's suffering alone. And so for me, kind of changing my mindset and getting back into routine was the key. And a lot of people forget that exercising the mind and staying positive makes such a big difference, not only with your health and longevity, but just with your overall wellness right now. And so I guess what I want to talk about today is just about that mindset. How do you, get past that worry, or deal with that in a healthy way, and that anxiousness? And so the first one for me was getting over the fact that there were things out of my control. And, as much as I try, I can't control the fact of what's happening. I can only control my actions, and I can only control things that affect myself and my family, like my daily routine, like my diet, my exercise, right, my movement, and what I'm doing every day, And so I've tried to embrace that as much as I can. For me, it's a new normal. And so that holds a lot with regards to your mind and feeling of that control. And so kind of releasing on the things you can't control and really looking at the things that you can and trying to find some joy and some gratitude in those things. And so, we may be dealing with this for a long time. Who knows, right? And that also is something that we can't control. But you also have to think back about all the things that you've survived already. And so think back in those times in your life where you've had to survive something, and you did. You're still here, and you're still functioning, and you came back from whatever that was, and you were resilient to that. And you're going to be exactly the same this time. We just need to stop being overwhelmed by things that are out of our control. And so the other thing that I've tried to do too is I feel like I was caught up in that hustle and bustle before all of this happened. And so I've really tried to take a step back and be a little bit more creative, do a little bit more soul searching as to what's really going to transpire, with regards to my business and online presence, how I'm going to help people. All those things are going through my mind, and it's all changing. And so, having a goal, right? Setting some new parameters for myself. What are those things going to be? Is definitely something that you can do as well. And, just kind of jot down, what are some of the things that I can accomplish now that I'm not as busy within the parameters of my current existence? How can that be part of my life? And what's the next goal going to be for me? And so asking yourself a few of those questions just kind of puts your mind in a different space. And, we all have negative thoughts. We all have worry. But again, just remember sometimes to breathe, because breathing just brings us back. It grounds us. That's why meditation is so powerful. And when you can do that, then things slowly come back into perspective. And so I hope that you'll use a couple of these techniques with regards to just being a little bit more mindful and a little less stressed during this period of time. I want you guys to watch as well. So if you're interested, on Friday, I'm going to be launching a free kind of mini workshop that you can download. And I used it a lot for athletes. And so as an athlete, we use visualization techniques. We use the processes in how to identify negative thoughts and how to deal with those so that we can reach our goal, whatever that might be. And I think in this time, it's very relevant. So I've made a few tweaks to the actual worksheets with regards to not being so sport oriented. But I think you'll really enjoy it. So visit my website on Friday. I'll put a little post on Instagram to remind you, and download that freebie so that you can go through that and make some new goals of your own. As always, you can visit my website. There's tons of free resources there. I have my Limitless Energy e-guide, as well as podcasts, articles, and guest blogs. So enjoy.